That's a tough one. Now you got me something. R&D department, which consists of the major factor, is the PGA Tour. Feedback from the best players in the world. We're always continually working with the new grinds. I have a little area down in my, over at Loker, downstairs in the shop, and I have a little machine down there, and I do a number of grinds. I got, well, example, I just counted the other day, I had 13 different little nuances, you know, and I just get down there and I just start off, and feedback I receive from Aaron and other people, and Will Harvey and the UK Tour, people like that say certain things, and it gives me a little idea, and I go down there and do it. I love sweets. I got a sweet tooth. And on one of my own personal wedges, I put chocolate cake and key lime pie. Voke, V-O-K-E. .456-14. It was a wedge, one of my very first wedges that I did, and it was the very first wedge that went into the, I put in play. I did, but Andy Bean put in play in July of 1997. Oh, it's a long time ago, 97, and I remember I only had 3 of them. I had one on my plant, and I had one, actually 2 in the bag, and Andy Bean picked one up to hit some shots. And I remember saying, Bo, can I put this in play? I said, God, I only got a couple of prototypes, so I had to call in and get the okay, make sure it was USGA approved and all, and so you put it in play. And that particular wedge right now is in the Canadian Golf Hall of Fame. I want to keep it mid-range. One of my favorite bounces, I'd say, is in the grinds in the 10 degree. I call it's a tweener. It's a good one that'll give you a combination. It's got a little bit of trailing edge relief. It's the S grind, and it's got a little bit of trailing edge relief. Gives you the ability to hit a lot of different shots. But you know, that's my personal, and it's what if I have to go to wedge that I know is going to work. Go to your local Titleist fitter. Can I give you 2 areas? I would say first be gap fit. What's happened to a lot of amateurs? They've always had a sand wedge, maybe at 56, and then all of a sudden they're lacking a gap wedge, and pitching wedges are all the way down to 46, 44, 43 degrees. That's an awful big gap. I only like 4 to 6 degrees. So get yourself gap fit. You may need, I guarantee you, I would say 75% of the weekend amateurs out there, they could use another wedge in their arsenal. That would be the first thing. And then the most important aspect of a wedge is the bottom, the S-O-L-E. I call it the S-O-U-L. .68.
Whereabouts?
Up in Lake Okoboji, Iowa, and that was on a par 70. That was when I was able to play almost every day. I introduced them, I used them in probably 97 and 98, right in there. So if he's got a 1999, it's legit. It's so very important. It can make or break a good wedge. Being fit for the proper shaft can help with spin, it can help with consistency, it can help with distance, help with accuracy. There's a lot of things involved. And of course, first and foremost, feedback. And that's the feedback that you want. First product I ever did at Titleist was I helped Terry with the 975D driver, and I was fascinated with it. I love drivers. Until today, I love wedges, but I love hitting a driver. I would say probably my 52-12 or my 50-12 for greenside. Those two, a little bit of bounce, helps you keep the club moving forward. Particularly if you get a little bit of first cut, or so keep it low, puts a little bit of spin on it. I think that's the most forgiving one for chipping. And do what you love. It's so very important in anything you do, not just in building golf clubs. Because I myself could remember the days when I first started building golf clubs. I was in my little old golf shop in Vista, California, sleeping in a sleeping bag and driving a Datsun B210, 295,000 miles on it. That wasn't that long ago, because I loved working on golf clubs. Have a passion for it. Player-wise, any of a player that's been more specific, Lee Trevino. He gave me the ability the insight into a lot of just watching him hit wedges, and he helped me I gained a lot of knowledge from Lee. I can go on and give you a bunch of other players too, but he was top of the line, and that was back in the early 80s, and we're still friends today. Different turf conditions, first off. Player-wise, I would say they're the same idiosyncrasies, but it's more related to the types of turf that you play on. You know what a lot on shot depends upon? A lot of people don't realize this. What club am I going to use? Depends on how the ball's sitting, the lie. And very important, the lie of the club, very important. But what type of lie do I have? Is it fluffy? Is it sitting up? Ah, boy, then I'm going to try to hit that big lobber. But it's sitting down on the ground in a hollow, what do? Well, I got to do a little bump and runner. Those are the things. You don't want to try a bump and run shot, hit a lob shot. That's the key. That's so very important. So many people, they don't look at their lie enough. I would have to go along with my P-dub, my 56 bent to 55, and a 60. That would be my babies. But you know what? If I only have room for one wedge, it would be my sand wedge.